Good evening. It's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday, which means we get to play The Longest Journey. And that's the one that always likes to not work for me. So, it's always an adventure. Okay, so we click this one, we click that, and y'all can see my screen for a second. We click that, and we go here. Up, and it didn't like that. Let's see. Oh, yep. Y'all thought I was kidding. I don't know what it is about this one. Well, how's the audio? Can everyone at least hear it? Oh, there. Okay. Beautiful. Well, okay. Let me see. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Huh. Don't. April, don't. Okay. So, last time we found Cortez in the movie theater. We had to make, I wanted to say Freddie Mercury, but it was the Mercury Theater, and Freddie Mellon, we made him dance the monkey so we could get inside. Because he chased a cop away with a broom. And then Cortez sent us through a portal of some sort. And here we are. Where we are? I do know, but you don't. If this is your first time watching this. Some cool paintings that we can't look at. Did our diary update at all? No, we didn't want to write about this. Some legs. It's a priest.
He looks like some kind of priest.
Thank you, April.
Enormous satin drapes. Quaint, and they go with the general decor of the place. Oil lamps, or whatever their magical equivalent may be called. Oil lamps, or whatever their magical equivalent may be called.
Where did... To the back.
He looks like some kind of priest.
Go talk to the priest.
Hello?
Don't give him a heart attack.
Hi.
But, oh,
Et tu? Emile, tu vas?
I don't understand.
Aku sta kayan paras. Inomalante kandra. Ton maris. Ore tiesiton.
Where am I?
he doesn't speak.
Sakis
Like,
tue.
or you don't understand
Tonan
him.
tu ken avoch. E majikan ian ton an asans. Aku kandi. Good. Niranton avoch. Sank al koda magic. Torante. Salhe. Naven. All tongue.
What does Altung mean?
Maris. Tu verenemian aran tu torank lok eton.
Did you get that, April?
Who are you?
Ken esang Maris ortona. Magigean pose ton. Sare alvoca im iriam tue ethium.
He sounds kind of annoyed. Hey, you know who
Where's
Cortez
Cortez?
is?
Tu tone eken. Tu ken vernilia fata tim tu vermilian ton.
Vermilion?
Aku tu fata. Se quandare. Ken estare. Ton. Aku kandi. Good. Niranton avoch. Sank al koda magic. Torante. Salhe. Naven. All tongue.
I give up, but thanks anyway. Let's.
Sorry, but I don't understand a single word you're saying.
Tu eres tu montraki ton. Tu et vermilian fata.
Did they just take words from different languages?
Aku kandi. Good. Niranton avoch. Sank al koda magic. Torante. Salhe.
Y'all want the
Naven.
full experience
All
here,
tongue.
right?
I give up. Thanks anyway.
Tu postque paenciana maris. Co arib alken tu indime res templa sans vernema a navan.
Temple?
He looks like some kind of priest. Hi.
Dude turned around so fast.
Ken esang maris ortona. Magigean pose ton. Sare alvoca im iriam tue ethium. Aku kandi. Good. Niranton avoch. Sank al koda magic.
No, he was literally like, okay, look, if you're not gonna listen, I'm gonna go back to staring at things.
All tongue. Av orta I beginning, parasim tin you.
You.
You have thiesa I magic I Sarah. I the knowledge.
What in the Jar Jar Binks?
Aritua ya I tue by generations e umani. Knowledge of all tongue.
Ah.
You're starting to make sense.
Magique. Ken en san tue torank.
He's gonna be like, stop talking. And now we're back at the
Aku
beginning.
Kandi. Good. Niranton Alvoch. Sank Al Koda Magic. Torante. Salhe. Naven. All tongue. Al Orta I beginning. Parasim tin you.
I think I can.
You have the
Look at y'all gonna learn this language. There will be a test.
Aritia ya itue by generations e umani. Knowledge
By
of all
generations?
tongue.
What do you mean by magic and knowledge?
Magike ken ean sane tue toranke lokmaris.
Okay.
Aku kandi. Good. Niranton alvoch. Sank al koda magic.
Which word do you think means
Torante.
listen?
Salhe.
Ton?
Naven, all tongue. Al orta I beginning, parasim tin you. You have thiesa I magic I sara. I the knowledge. Aritia ya I tue by generations.
Maris
e
is like-
umani. Knowledge of all tongue. Now you have
barely know
allowed the
English.
magic to enter your heart.
Oh!
And the knowledge of all tongue.
I didn't even get to do
Ever
nothing.
present but dormant, to guide your ears and your tongue.
My tongue?
I understand you. You speak English? Why didn't you just tell
Girl.
me straight away?
April, please.
No, child. I do not speak English. I speak Naven, all tongue, the common language of Arcadia.
Arcadia? Wait a second. How did I get here? What is this place and who the hell are you?
Oh, my manners have abandoned me yet again. I'm afraid my preoccupation with ancient texts and the company of my fellow fathers have left me unequipped with the grace of social intercourse.
I don't like that. I don't like how you. I
Meaning
don't.
What?
That I have been rude. My name, dear child,
Social
is
I don't like
Tobias
that.
Grensret, and I am the Vestrum of the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. We are the Fathers.
What is a vestrum?
Okay. I'm April. April Ryan.
I take it this
Broke
is your
college
first
student.
shift, your first passage through the divide?
Possibly a runaway.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I guess this is my first shift.
Then I will explain everything. Someone must.
I can't add
You are
commentary
without
when I don't get
guidance,
a pause.
Without a mentor?
Mentor? There's this guy,
Cortez.
He assisted me, told me about magic and truth and dreams and portals. Crazy stuff. Well, it seemed crazy at the time, although now I don't.
Cortez? Ah, yes, Cortez. Very good, very good. Then come, let us proceed. Let me show you Mercuria, the grandest city of all ages.
I had so much commentary in there, and they just kept talking, so now it's gone forever. You'll never know my thoughts on the moment. I was trying to come up with titles for April Ryan. What did the dragons say? Mother of something? I'm blind? Come, see our city. My retinas!
Explore Mercuria, April.
My God.
See the sights, meet the people, and then, when you are ready, return to the temple. I will answer whatever questions you may have then.
What? I would not be okay. I walk through a portal that some old crazy dude sends me through. I get there, this guy's speaking gibberish. I listen. He slowly makes sense, and then he's like, "Here, go explore the city." Where am I? Mercuria, the best city ever. What is what? I would not be okay. My anxiety. I moved to a new place and it takes me like 6 months to even know how to get to the grocery store. Oh gosh, okay. Wait, I didn't even get to look at the... April, run. I didn't get to look at the heavy doors. Fine. Fine. I missed out on a click. City.
What the hell kind of animal is that?
I don't know. I can barely see it. It's like... Okay, we can go to the stalls.
The whole fountain's been carved in one piece from a granite-like material. Very impressive.
April's impressed by the fountain, you guys. That's all fountain? This is not fountain. This is stall. Alright. I'm going to the stalls because I know what's at the stalls. And I have a sticker of him on a book somewhere. There he is. The best character in this game. Fight me.
What a sorry-looking bird.
Hey, you don't look too polished yourself, lady.
Oops, I didn't know you could talk.
Didn't look as if you could talk either.
I love him.
It's a talking bird. In a world without the screen, that's what passes for entertainment. And it's pretty darn good.
I mean... Okay, yeah, I guess. Sure, I'll take it. I'm clicking.
Intuition tells me
Maps!
that he sells maps. It's the maps merchant. I wonder if that's supposed to be anybody in particular, or just any old head.
How would you know?
That's a particularly sleazy-looking merchant. I wonder what he's selling. It's a game of some kind.
Want to test your skill and perception with a game of cups? There are prizes to be won.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Time is money, so make it quick.
What are you, a goblin from Warcraft?
What do you know about Vestrum Tobias?
Vestron Tobias, eh? The High Priest of the Sentinel himself. Did you know they call themselves the Fathers? What a joke.
Half your
When was
face
the
is
last
see-through,
time
sir.
They did anything for us, the people? No. They are only interested in sticking with their outdated customs and keeping their secrets under lock. I'm getting more and more inclined to listen to these new people, the Vanguard.
Oh, no,
Their
not new
ideas
people.
appeal to me. They may be radical, but we're past due for a change. Only thing I don't wholly approve of is their alliance with the Tyrant. Filthy, dangerous people.
Who are the
But Vanguard
Tyrant?
seem to have them under control.
Who are
So
any
I'm
of these?
not too worried. I wish they wouldn't allow them into the city, though.
Okay. That was a lot of... I don't know. It's like listening to kids talk about school. So-and-so isn't friends with so-and-so anymore. And you're like, I don't know who any of these people are.
How do you get along with your neighbor?
The maps merchant? We've faced each other for 6 years now, every single day, and he never speaks a word to me except to insult me. Nose high in the sky, calls me a charlatan, as if he's the guardian himself. You no good oversized bag of wind?
Do you ever think you're the problem?
Do you know anything about Stark?
April,
Not
what is
much.
Stark?
I'm not too sure if I even believe in the place. I mean, you hear the stories and you read the books. Well, I don't, but some do. A place where there's no magic, only science?
How does she know Stark?
Sounds like a bloody paradise, doesn't it?
Did
I mean,
Tobias
with
say
my,
it?
skills, I could make a killing in a place like that.
What's Arcadia like?
What a queer question that is. What's the world like? It's big, for one, and too expensive. And they should ban Dalmari women from gambling because I swear, they have a second sight.
Thanks.
Now, how about a game
The
of
world
cups?
is expensive, no matter what dimension you're in.
What can I win?
Well, there's coin, of course. Double your bet or choose from a wide variety of exotic prizes. Like this antique Domari canter from Gien.
I don't know
A
what.
superb replica of Mount Tyranny cast in pure solid iron. A magic walnut from the once glorious island kingdom of Ansiel.
And Ciel?
And this, unique bird.
Get me out of here!
Keep your beak shut, you scraggly piece of...
You're not good at this.
And he talks! Great for feasts and for the amusement of infants. He's our top prize, a real keeper.
How do I play?
You put your coin down on the table. I put a cup on top of it and shuffled it around with the other two cups. And all you have to do is guess which one hides your coin. And remember, no magic used and none allowed. This amulet right here will light up if you use magic. Then you'll be banned. For life.
I can't get my bird.
Okay, let's go.
Just place your bet, investment, on the table and the game will begin.
I got a piece of candy. I don't think he wants that.
It's a talking bird.
Wait, were we done talking? Did I go through all the
How about
options?
the game of cups today?
Sorry, but I'm broke.
May the balance bring coin to your pocket, young lady, so that you may return to me and invest it in a game of cups.
What is this
Maps,
outfit?
I got maps. Can I interest you in a map, miss? Top-notch, hand-drawn and quality ink by skilled sunwriters. Ain't no better in all the Northlands.
How much are your maps?
That depends, miss. I got a very nice one here.
Again,
The
or
Border
places I
Mountains
don't
for
know.
Only 6 Aaron's, fresh from the quill of a sunwriter. Maps, get your maps here.
Do you sell maps of the city?
Can't help you there, miss. The Guild of Tourism has monopoly on city maps. I can tell you're not from around here, or you'd know that. Got tons of maps of all the Northlands, though, from the city of Tyron to the Bay of Fire. Maps!
Where can I find the Guild of Tourism?
They're closed for the holidays.
Sure, that makes sense. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, maps!
Do you know Vestrum Tobias?
Everyone knows Vestrum Tobias, girl. He's been an important part of this city for as long as I can remember.
What can you tell me about him?
He didn't yell maps.
The Vestrum is an honorable man, but a conservative one, and I don't know if he still has the best interests of the people at heart. Sometimes I think he worries too much about custom. The Sentinel have been our so-called protectors and keepers of the balance for so long we don't even think of it anymore. But now that the Vanguard are introducing a new way of thinking, new philosophies, I'm afraid the Sentinel will find their power diminish before too long. Their resistance to change will be their downfall. Mark my words. Their downfall for certain.
Maps.
And Tobias, honorable man that he is, will be remembered as the captain who went down with his ship.
Maps.
How do you get along with your neighbors?
The Cup's handler? Stay away from him, miss. He takes great joy in robbing people's purses. You can't beat him, not without magic. And he doesn't allow magic at his table.
Maps.
How
Get
would
your
you know
maps.
if I did use magic?
Oh, he's got one of those blasted talismans. They're always digging up magical artifacts in Shagagriel. And they sell them
Show
to
what?
dogs like him for a silver coin or two. Get a proper job, you son of a mole!
What do you know about Stark?
Land of wonders, strange customs, and machinery. Ah, to be in Stark. I'd give my right leg. Well, perhaps not my right leg as such. You really need two sturdy legs to stand on in this business, or you'll find yourself...
On the floor?
Yes, a grand place indeed, free of this
In a
blasted,
chair?
chaotic, unpredictable magic. Does no good to anyone. Now, machines built by man, controlled by man, in servitude of man. That's the future, isn't it? Yes, the Vanguard may be a little unorthodox in their methods and teachings, but they're right about one thing. Stark and Arcadia belong together, not apart.
Yes. Machines controlled by man.
What's Arcadia like?
What can I say about a whole world, girl? It's a beautiful place for sure, but we're stuck in the past. We don't look ahead, not like our cousins in Stark. Magic is all well and good, but it won't bring our world into the modern age, and Arcadia is untamed. It's wild and unpredictable. Good for the map business, sure, but not so good for productivity and expansion. No, some people may consider our world a paradise. The Sentinel, for one, they'd prefer to keep it just the way it is. Me, I'd like to see some changes, and fast.
Thanks for your help.
Maps!
You know, he's talking about that he wants to go to that he likes Stark and like machinery and stuff like that. And I don't think he realizes the irony that like he wouldn't have a job there. When's the last time you saw an actual paper map in like today?
No maps for me today, thanks.
Fair enough, miss, but don't expect me to come running to your aid if you ever get lost in Riverwood. Without my maps, you'll probably end up a mole's dinner or worse. Maps?
Like, oh, I'll meet you for dinner. Let me get out my rolled up parchment map.
Stout Guardians of the City. Wooden, but stout. And that blue fire is way cool.
Stout?
Stout Guardians of the...
I remember this.
This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh. He's selling musical instruments. I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment. Still, good to know where to get one in case of a musical emergency.
The best kind of emergency.
This lady's
sound
selling fresh fish.
life-threatening.
I've never seen fish like this before. But if it's wet and has fins, fish it is.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
The walls look ancient. Arcadia must be at least as old as anything back in the real... in my world. ancient walls. This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... what the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
I don't know. I can't see it.
He's selling a variety of fresh shellfish and other, delicacies.
Oh, hi, music. Huh? Oh, bye, music. Okay.
Blue fire. It's either propane or magic. I'm guessing the latter.
Propane.
The size of these galleons is truly breathtaking. And there are dozens of them, not to mention a number of smaller vessels. Mercuria must be a very important and very busy port. Breathtaking. Breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking. Where am I going? Small pier. Ooh, wait, we gotta
It's
look
a
at the lighthouse.
much like the ones we have at home, except this one, of course, burns a blue fire. It's a lighthouse.
Alright, we'll go left and then right. Maybe. After April runs 5 miles.
I wouldn't feel too comfortable about sailing anywhere in that. It's like a toy boat for children.
What? Where's your boat, April?
It's a lighthouse. The blue fire's burning bright, a safe beacon for weary sailors, and a magnet for flowery prose. The old man and the, ocean? Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
And it be looking like a lifetime of shooting your mouth off be taking its toll on yous.
I think his hearing is fine, April. Good. I'm glad you tested that for us.
Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
Is he?
You might want to consider waiting until you be out of earshot before you badmouth me.
He's so unbothered when he says that too.
It's a quaint, old-fashioned treasure chest. I wonder if there's anything exciting inside it, like doubloons or whatever they're called. Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
You might want to consider waiting until you be out of earshot before you badmouth me.
What is your hair doing? How did you get it to do that? It's like defying gravity back there. Oh my god, April, please.
Hello, old man.
I got me no treasure, and I got me no map of no buried treasure. I just be an old
Hello,
sailor
old
with no ship.
April.
Simple as be.
The social grace is just astounding. Oh. Well, what you doing?
Mending nets, of course. What it look like I be doing?
I'm not well versed in maritime customs.
Mar what? Ah, yous mean sea life, dear not. Ah, the smell of the salty sea, the lapping of waves on your ship, the spray of cold water on your face, plump maidens in every part.
Plump? Plump?
Aye, I tell yous, I be having
Man knows what he
stories about
likes.
the sea.
What do you got in that chest? Oh, well,
What have you
give me
got
a story in a
that
second.
chest?
What chest?
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, that be no chest, girl. That be me stool. Aye, me stool, carved into the uncanny likeness of a chest.
But what's in it?
No priceless treasure, that be for sure. Nothing at all. It be empty.
I think there's something in there, guys.
No, really. What's in the chest?
Oh, live snakes. Aye, snakes that'll bite your face off before you have time to jump. Better leave them be, then.
I...
I'm still curious about that chest.
Right. I be telling yous, curse the balance, girl. You never give up, do you?
Nope.
I be having no real treasure in here, like I told ye. But it be where I keep me personal articles and things I be picking up now and then on me travels. And me bed, it's where I be keeping me bed before I be losing him.
What?
I be a
In the
stupid
chest?
old man. He be my best friend. I ain't
And you kept him in the
nobody
chest?
else around to talk to, you see, on account of him being a talking bird.
Wait. I know a talking bird. But why was he in the chest? Sir.
What happened to your talking bird?
I be cheated out of him. Aye, that cups handler on the marketplace be cheating me in a full game of cups, and I be having to give me bird up to try to win me money back.
And what happened?
You bet your
He be
pet.
taking me bird when I be choosing the wrong cup.
Oh, your best
Aye,
friend.
my best friend taken from me.
I'm sorry. You
Cuts
bet your
me
best
the
friend.
balance. I be all lonesome now. The worst part is that me bird is now a prize to be won. A prize in the cups game.
Well,
Beat the handler thrice and you win a prize of your choice, me poor bird.
What's your bird's name?
Bird.
Oh,
April, he kept him in a chest.
care to share some of your maritime stories with me?
Matter what?
Well, I mean, like, I can call
Tales
my
of the
kids
sea,
treasures, and I
right?
won't keep them in a chest. If I
Sure,
do, I'm going to
sweetie, I'd be
jail.
Happy to. Now, what stories be I wanted to hear then?
Oh, gosh.
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
I be having plenty of tales to tell. There be the tale of me adventures in the Baksheevan Empire. If you be
Baksheevan?
interested, it'll be a tale of grand romance, just up your alley, be sure of it.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds like a fine story.
Aye. It be near on 50 years ago that I was
Okay.
a mate on a sturdy old lady called the Three-Legged Whore.
The what?
What do I be saying? She was called the Thrifty Horse, she was. Aye, that be her name. The Whittle Whatsit.
You don't remember the ship's name, do you?
Anyways, I be a young mate then, and we be anchored in Monterba, the grand western port of the once glorious Baksheevan Empire. I be having ship leave until the following evening, and it be me first visit to that exotic and dangerous port. So I sets out to have a look around. Now, bear in mind that Monterba be ruled by a mock,
What is a mock?
like all large Baksheevan cities. In principle, the mock be having to report to and pay half of all taxes to the emperor in Port Altaban. But with the Baksheevan Empire having all but crumbled into pieces, the provinces do be having the power to do pretty much as they be wanting. And so I sets out on me own that day to explore the city. Now,
Okay.
bear in mind that all the cities of the Southlands,
Okay. Oh.
and that be me adventures in the once glorious empire of Bakshiva. And that be how I meet me bird. How I seduce and the romance the mock's daughter. How I be chased from Monterba by the mock's soldiers.
Stop.
And how I be the first man to walk across the desert of Shangagriel, the wastelands. And how I be getting this
I still
awful
like
rash on.
Shangri-La.
Girl. you
Wait,
do
did he
not
say
be
something about a
sleeping,
rash?
do you?
I'm April. I was going to be mad that we didn't get to hear the story, but I think we're both lucky in this case.
What? What? Sleeping? No. Just concentrating really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Arr.
I don't
Good
think
story,
he bought
though.
it.
Solid material. Ever considered doing a book?
Aye, but the agents in Marcuria be bloodthirsty vampires with no thought but to milk your life's blood.
Oh, so they take an outrageous commission then?
No, they actually be bloodthirsty vampires with a penchant for biting your neck when you ain't be looking.
Huh.
No, I'm good.
I better get going.
I'm good. We're good. We're just gonna...
Ah, yous young'uns be always running round. Everything be so important. Yous be having no time to sit down and take a breath. So go. Be not wasting your time here with me.
I got a bird to go figure out how to get. Whoa. Whoa! Where's your legs?
Assorted cargo. It's a small ship or boat. I don't know the difference. Is there a difference?
I'm sure there is if you're this dude. Hey, is this a ship or a boat?
It's a small ship.
Oh, never mind. April decided it's a ship.
Judging by his ungainly stance, I'd say he's a mariner pining for the sea.
I like this character
Ahoy
too.
there, matey!
Forget his name.
Pardon?
Isn't that how you sailors greet each other?
No.
What do you say then?
Usually, hello. And if it's sunny, nice day for it. We might even try a how are you today then, if we're feeling adventurous. But never, ever, ahoy.
Ever?
This is valuable information.
Aye, matey, that it be.
Why aren't you out at sea?
Do you see the sail on that barge over there?
Yes?
Is it flapping?
What?
Is it flapping? Is the sail flapping in the wind?
No.
And why is that then?
Because it's not
This is...
windy?
Exactly.
Well, can't you just use oars or something?
Oh, what an excellent idea. Now, why didn't we think of that? Of course. Oars! By Jaw's stunted left arm, that's it. Why have we been moored to the dock for a month with our merchandise dropping in value when we could have just rowed our way to Guienne?
Are you being sarcastic?
Sarcastic? Me? What in Jaw's name makes you think that?
This man is the originator of explain it to me like I'm 5, right? Okay.
How long's it been since the last wind?
At least a month, April.
Near a month. Ever since that
There you
accursed
go.
alchemist put some kind of spell on the wind. The Moja'll be cursed if I know why.
Mojo?
But it's a bloody catastrophe. I've sent some good people of mine up north to deal with him,
Uh-huh.
but not one has returned. Now the Areed High Council speak of sending an entire army platoon to sort him out. But I'm afraid that just might piss him off.
Who's this alchemist who cast a spell on the wind?
I believe his name is Clax. Roper Clax.
What?
Lives in a bloody rock somewhere up north, beyond Riverwood.
Thanks for the chat.
Roper Clax?
Aye.
Nice day for it.
Not really, no.
Bye.
He didn't even tell me his name. Wait, didn't our... Oh, wait. Okay, in Arcadia, is it still Saturday? Do they even have Saturdays here? And why am I not screaming and frothing and tearing my hair out when I obviously should be? When confronted with the impossible, isn't your mind supposed to just snap? Perhaps because I've had so many vivid dreams about, okay, now I don't even know if dreams is the right word anymore. Visions, perhaps? Or even better, premonitions? That's in keeping with the theme of this place, magic. Oh yeah, magic. Apparently, I'm simply supposed to accept without question that magic does exist, which is impossible, but clearly not impossible enough because here, there is magic. Wherever here is. I've written more on the next page. Still, in the face of all this strangeness, I feel normal. For some weird, inexplicable reason, and even though I've still to wrap my head around the concept, I accept this place. It feels comforting, familiar, in a distant, hazy way, and even though I want to go home, like right now, I'm not panicky. Not at all. Just a little bit. Oh, and I should write that name down before I forget it. Brian Westhouse. That's the last thing Cortez told me, to visit Brian Westhouse whenever I wanted to go home. Oh, right. Whoo. Look at No Legs McGee walking his way up the... What is this? The pier? The dock? The something? What is that? I don't get to know. Okay. Oh! I can just go straight to the pier. Look at this thing. There's like layers to the city. Oh, music! What? There's dudes with horns. Like trumpet horns, not like horns. I'm gesturing on my head like, you know, like horns. Vestrum Tobias. What is a vestrum? I'm pretty sure I asked that when he said it first.
Excuse me, Vestrum Tobias?
Tobias. Just call me Tobias, please. I require no
How
ceremony
about Toby?
from a distinguished guest such as yourself.
Tobes.
Did you enjoy the sights?
Tobster.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Walking around out there, seeing with my own two eyes things that can't possibly exist.
As opposed to somebody else's two eyes.
I kept thinking, it's all a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now and everything will return to normal. But then I realized, I'm still here. It's real. I can touch it. I can smell it. And you know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Magic, alien creatures, parallel worlds. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in fairy tales.
It's time you start believing, because you're in one.
In Stark, there is no room for magic. That is and always has been the curse of science, the fallibility of logic and order. They leave no room for the imagination. If it does not fit into the narrow perception of the laws of nature that your world adheres to, it's a fairy tale. But then, magic has its downsides too. It's unpredictable. It invites chaos. It puts the balance in peril in a way that science alone never could.
I mean,
I keep hearing about the balance and about
science has done some pretty unbalanced things.
This is probably going to sound strange to you, but I'm clueless. I have no idea what this place is or what I'm doing here or... All I know is that something strange is happening in my world, I guess. I had dreams, and the dreams felt so real, and then things started happening in real life too. Things that couldn't happen, and
I think I will begin at the very beginning. I believe that is why you were sent here, to learn, to understand, to see for yourself. Like you said, you cannot believe in this place. Well, you will. After you have learned the truth, you will. Come with me. and I will tell you the story of Earth as your books never have. And when your eyes and ears are open to the truth, perhaps your mind will follow. We can only hope.
Your
Come.
eyes and ears are open? How...
This is the true story of the balance, as observed by the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance, the Fathers. The Sentinel Minstrom committed this story to the pages of the scriptures and to these temple walls thousands of years ago, so that coming generations could learn and understand their past and their future. The wall paintings we are looking at became known as the murals of the balance, and it is through these images that I will recount our common history to you, April Ryan. The story begins and ends here, with this mural.
This dude looks terrified.
Ages ago and in ages to come, the Earth was one, and magic and science existed side by side in nature and in all people. There was balance, and there was harmony.
You're saying there was just one world then?
One world, one Earth. Magic and science in balance with each other, within each and every living creature. The power to make the stars dance and to create life itself was within our grasp. But then
we ruined it.
Humankind began to exploit this divine power of two, and they saw fit to use it for their own selfish purposes.
As humankind does.
The balance of the cosmos was in peril.
Yep.
Unless something was done, unless man was humbled and learned to
Never
fear
mind,
the
they
power
look
he wrought
terrified.
over cosmos, the twilight of chaos would fall upon Earth. It had happened before, in distant times and on distant worlds, and it would happen again. And every man, woman, and child of every people and every race would be devoured by the coming apocalypse. We were given a visitation then. The Drag Kin, having lived among us for untold generations, rose to offer their guidance and assistance in preserving the balance on our world.
April.
The Drag? I think I've heard that name before.
Drag Kin, Draken, Dragons, whichever name they go by, they remain the eternal servants and custodians of
Hey,
the
we met one.
balance. There were 4 of them here on Earth, and of the 4, one who would found the Order of the Balance, the Sentinel. The first Minstrom were instructed that magic and science would have to be separated before the balance collapsed and brought untold disaster. Earth would have to be split in 2 equal parts. Arcadia and Stark, magic and science, chaos and order. The first Sentinel were counted 13, 6 scientists, 6 magicians, and one who was between, the Drag Kin, our mentor, our custodian, our learned guide.
Learned?
Both magic and science were needed to perform this most difficult of tasks. To split a world in 2, to create 2 worlds from one.
Wasn't the use of that kind of power dangerous to the balance?
Yes, and so for this purpose, they built a tower to channel their powers and twist them on the divide that they would create. The Kin had brought a disc with them, a disc forged in the fire of their world. Placed at the base of the tower and the epicenter of the divide, the disc and the tower would become one, a conduit for the flow of magic and science. At the appointed hour, the 13 came to the tower, and with them a woman, whose destiny was decided by the purpose to which she had been born.
Convenient.
She would be the first guardian, the human protector of the balance, who would stay in the tower for 1,000 years to watch over the 2 worlds.
1,000
and to
years?
ensure that the flows of magic and science were always equal. And so the ritual began.
That's a long term.
one world was to become two, separated by the balance, and each world visible to the other only by way of dreams. Who was ushered into which world was not an arbitrary choice, nor one taken lightly. For the magical creatures, the choice was simple. They had to go to Arcadia. Their kind would not survive in Stark. But for others, families were torn apart, lovers separated, and friends lost for all eternity. Encircled by the 12 and the One who would be Guardian, the disk at the base of the tower began to spin faster and faster as more and more power flowed through it, until it was a blur. Darkness enveloped the tower, but the disk glowed brighter and brighter. Reality turned, and in one moment, a new reality had been created and 2 new worlds born. In the tower there was silence. The original disk had disappeared, and in its place was a smaller counterpart, a similar yet different disk. Around and outside the tower, the world looked different. They were now between Stark and Arcadia, between reality and dream. This was the realm of the Balance and of the Guardian, and it would be her home for the next 1,000 years. The one who was kin picked up the disk and said, "This disk is a counterpart to the original disk, which has now become this realm, and the key to which has been split and divided in 4. The key is the disk, and the disk is this realm." This mystified the 12, and the one who was kin continued, "Know only this. The Guardian's realm cannot be broken unless the disk is broken. But nor can it be repaired without the disk being repaired. The 4 pieces, that is the key, will be given to the 6 of you who are to be taken to Arcadia for safekeeping. Yet the key will never be complete," he went on, "without the precious stones that adorn each piece. I will keep 1, and my fellow kin the 3 others. Should the day come when this realm must be repaired, or the worlds reunited, and that day will come, you will assemble the disk, and the kin will come together one last time."
So Arcadia had all
With
the
that,
pieces?
6 of the 13 went to Arcadia, and 6 to Stark, and the one who would be Guardian ascended to the throne. Witness the mural, where her dreams and hopes, her very soul, were locked away in the disk. In service of the Balance, these traits were nothing but barriers. Through new eyes, the imbalance between the worlds was as clear as the stars themselves to the Guardian, and with one thought, she channeled chaos from Arcadia and logic from Stark into the disk, and redistributed the power wherever it was needed. A new era had begun, the era of the Guardian. After they left the tower, 2 of the Drakkin went to Stark, the other 2 to Arcadia. The 6 who came to each world started what is now known as the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. But while in Arcadia the Sentinel thrived, in Stark they did not. In Stark, the memories of magic and the balance could not survive in the face of the new reality of natural laws, of logic, and of science. And soon, very soon, Arcadia became nothing more than legend, a myth, tales of fairies to recount to impressionable children, and stories to frighten and entertain around a fire. And while dreams still brought sights and sounds of Arcadia to those asleep in Stark, they were discounted as mere dreams and nothing more.
So that's it? We forgot about our past and about Arcadia? And that's the way things are? Then what's wrong with that? And why does magic from Arcadia seem to have begun leaking through to Stark?
Has it been going the other way?
That is another long story. But I can tell
What
that
from
you are
Stark would be
tired of
leaking into
stories,
Arcadia?
and so I shall be brief. As I told you, while in Arcadia, the Sentinel grew in numbers and in strength. In Stark, while Flourishing for a brief time, they were soon diminished and powerless. Some of the Stark Sentinel did not take kindly to this, and they berated the Arcadian Sentinel for their politics and teachings.
Wait, how?
The Stark Sentinel wanted people to work towards reunification, while their brothers did not.
How are they still talking?
So the inevitable soon came to pass, and the Stark Sentinel parted ways with their Arcadian brothers and named themselves the Vanguard. And while at first their philosophy was not so different from ours, over the years it changed radically. The Vanguard wanted the divide torn down, the worlds reunited, and the return to what they called the Glorious Ages, when humankind could control the forces of cosmos. But first they needed their own servant in charge of the balance, their own guardian. Now,
Unless they have portals
1,000
too.
years, a new guardian took the place of the old one, because no one can be separated from their souls for any longer than 1,000
yeah, okay.
years.
Yeah, that would be too long.
Every 1,000 years, a new guardian was born. The balance provided the seed from which a new fruit grew.
Huh?
But now, it has been 200 years since the previous guardian, the 12th guardian, was to be replaced. Every new child born to the balance has been taken away by the Vanguard to be studied in an attempt to control them. In every instance so far, they have failed. But the 12th guardian could wait no longer. Only a short time ago, the disk in the tower shattered, and the guardian left his throne. The balance is now untended, and we have yet to find a new guardian. Unless we do so, the Vanguard may get their chance. And they may be able to place their own puppet on the throne, to rule the balance according to their principles. And this we cannot allow. It will mean the end of Stark and Arcadia, and the dawn of an era of chaos. Now do you see?
Sure.
I understand the history. I can even accept it. But I don't understand why I'm here and what Cortez wants with me.
The balance is in peril, April. The Guardian has abandoned his tower. He has disappeared, and there is no one to take his place. He must be reinstated to protect the balance until a new Guardian may be found.
And what can I do? I'm nobody. I've just been having a lot of bad dreams.
You are a strong shifter. I have not seen your like in my lifetime.
A shifter?
Someone capable of opening doors between worlds. A shift. A portal between the realms of Stark and Arcadia.
Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. Cortez was the one who opened the shift, and he just waved his hands around in the air. I don't think I'd be capable of opening a portal even if I had a magic wand.
Only a shifter's own power can allow her to travel. No one else can do this for her. Cortez only channeled your power to aid you. He would not be able to step through the shift himself.
Even if that's true, I don't have any control over my talent.
Start practicing.
Not yet. But in time you will. How else do you intend to travel back to your world?
God, I hadn't even thought about that yet. Can't you help me?
I'm afraid not. Even if I could shift, I would not be able to channel through you like Cortez did.
So, I'm on my own?
If you have any
So is Cortez a
questions,
shifter?
I will do my best to answer them. But aside from that, yes. Yes, you are.
Wonderful.
That's so not cool.
I mean that.
No, it has been unseasonably warm. If you don't mind,
Aha.
I will return to my studies now. Thank you for listening to an old man and his long stories.
At least you didn't say stay a while and listen.
No, thank you. It's starting to make a little bit of sense now.
That is good news. Come see me again if you have any more questions.
I'm sure I will. Okay. Oh God. Okay. I've just been told the story of the balance by Vestrum Tobias, and I figured I should try to write this down while I still remember bits and pieces of it. Talk about cryptic history. Tobias lost me somewhere around the 12 and the 1. Like, excuse me, what? But I think I got the gist of it. There are two worlds. One is Stark, the world of science, what I call Earth, and then there's Arcadia, the world of magic, what people here call Earth. Two Earths, then, which gets a little confusing, but not half as confusing as what came after. A long time ago, there was just one Earth, and this Earth had both magic and science, but mankind has always had a habit of screwing things up, and this is what they did on the original Earth. They got too powerful, learned how to move stars, be gods, by combining the power of magic and science. So an alien race called the Drakkyn decided to interfere to prevent mankind from destroying their own world. One of the so-called kin founded this religious movement called the Sentinel, or the Fathers, who are self-appointed watchers over the balance between magic and science. The Sentinel were instrumental in dividing the Earth into two dimensions, Stark and Arcadia, science and magic. They also put a woman in charge of controlling and channeling the balance between the two worlds, a guardian of the balance who lives in a tower in a sort of in-between realm, and who's replaced every 1,000 years by a new guardian. So then life goes on for like thousands of years until the Sentinels start squabbling internally, and the Sentinel priests and Stark decide to break with their Arcadian friends and found this new cult or whatever called the Vanguard. The Vanguard want the worlds reunited, and they plan to do this by controlling the Guardian himself or herself. This is what they've been doing for a few hundred years now, destroying potential Guardians by performing experiments on them or something. My hand is starting to cramp up. I'm amazed I even remember half of this. Anyways, the current Guardian couldn't stay any longer, and he left this tower in the middle of nowhere, and now the balance is in danger. Apparently, chaos can really do some serious damage to both Stark and Arcadia. Which does remind me of my, dream. I'm not sure that's the right word anymore. With the black chaos thingy, the vortex that attacked me. That's probably a sign of what's gonna happen if somebody doesn't do something to save the balance. And I'm sensing this coming on because that's how it always goes with these things, that somebody is me. Because apparently I'm a strong shifter. Somebody has to find the Guardian, get him back in the tower to save the balance, and then do something about the Vanguard. Get them to see that they're screwing with things they shouldn't be screwing with. Hey, easy. I do that kind of stuff before breakfast. Sure you do. You can't even finish your art project on time.
Excuse me.
Turn around. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions.
Do you know a man named Brian Westhouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would
But-
you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Cool.
Who'd know about Westhouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Oh. Yes, thank you, game, for that Bing. I picked up on the maps thing. Gee, I wonder who is the person that I would talk about maps with? Who might know about maps? Couldn't be the guy who yells maps every 5 seconds. Oh,
Who
look.
did you say I should
look.
see about Westhouse?
The map merchant at the market.
Thanks,
There is one thing I
Tobias.
must tell
Thank you.
However. Few would know Westhouse by his real name. In the city, he is known as
The Rolling Man?
because of his strange two-wheeled vehicle. The most dreadful and dangerous contraption
bicycle?
if I ever saw one.
Is it a bicycle?
A bicycle?
Perhaps. It has a grotesque appearance, much like the Westhouse himself.
What? Here's the Bing again. Just in case.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Absolutely nothing.
Not much. Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery.
I think he
to me.
sells maps. I think
To
the
learn
man.
something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask
I
them
think
yourself.
he's a map merchant.
There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
I'm not sure though. He might
But
sell
who
something
is
else,
he?
but I think it's maps.
He is who he is, what he is. If he has not told you himself, then perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
I hate that. Just somebody tell me something.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin.
Cortez is a
In
map.
truth, it would be wiser
That's
to
the
ask
secret.
someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
The hell's a mudhopper?
Mudhoppers?
My secret passion. I study them. They are a most fascinating species. Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
What's Marcuria like?
What?
I
You
have
should
lived
have
in
asked this man
city
about
all
his
my
secret
life, and
passion.
Still, it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful
I want to know about the
place it is.
mudhoppers, April.
Many have called Marcuria the jewel
Fine,
of the
we'll learn about
Northlands, and
Marcuria.
they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless.
I don't think that's what that
There
phrase
are
means.
always shadows, and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
What is it they say? What is it? We will follow the path. What path? That one. And then he cuts all the vines down and it's like the stone wall behind it. You're like, Man, I love that movie.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is
I
a
think they're the
collective
lands to
term
the
for
north.
all the lands north of the Great Sea, and south of the border mountains, including Irene,
Oh, they're also
Tyre,
south.
and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
My eyes glazed over a little.
What else can you tell me about Marcuria?
Marcuria is the capital of Irene, the unified country, and we are located on the southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyre and Khorasan. Between the Snapjaw and the Gaint Beast, some might call it. Between
Gaint?
the embers and the fire. Yet democracy and peace have reigned for thousands of years now, and although relations may at times be strained with our tyrant neighbors,
Who are the
High
Tyrants?
Council are masters of diplomacy. And Lord Igvandelen is a firm
Who?
and just chief counselor of the Iridan flag.
What flag? Okay, tell me about
Tell me a little about Irene.
I read?
Irene means both unification and assembly
Do
in
you
High
read?
Tongue,
I read.
and many still call Irene the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the
But,
lands of the north joined together in alliance. Irene stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyrant in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyrant and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood,
What?
though I'm not sure that is anything but a myth.
A ring of trees?
Thanks for the information.
Why?
I'm glad I could assist you.
I mean, I guess. I don't want to be rude because it's like somebody wrote all this. There was thought put in. This person probably has a whole map that they were like, okay, and then came up with the history of this land. I get it. I get it.
How am I supposed to get back to Stark?
The only
But
way to get
that
back is
information
through a
will
shift.
never come up again.
You are a shifter, April, and the power to travel between worlds is within you.
It might be within me, but it doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon.
Too many jokes,
I
April.
wish I could
Too many
help you,
jokes.
But I cannot. You must find the path.
None
on
of
your
them.
own.
They're just. I can't. My brain short circuited.
I'll see you later.
That's the safe answer.
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
Oh, okay. I mean, thank you. Wait, hang on. What time is it? Alright, I went a little over today. I usually like to stream for like an hour. Alright. That was a lot of talking. That was a lot of history. We're just gonna call it there. My game's gonna break because it always does. Because why not? Look at, we're just gonna hit him. Click some things. It'll be fine. Hut. And hut. And then hut. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I could keep playing. I love that game. Like, it's so hard to stop playing. Especially after, like, we got our history lesson. It's like, okay, let's go. Let's do something. But we let Tobias tell us about the balance and Stark and Arcadia and all the fun things. Yeah. It is. And it's the longest journey, and we just started it, basically. And this is what? What did I say? Part 4 now? But that just means next time we're going to go and talk to a map merchant. Maybe get a bird. See what happens. See what happens next time. Maybe we'll get to the part where we open another shift or whatever. Yeah. But that's it for tonight. I need to be running along. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back on Saturday with Adventure Saturday. We'll be playing more of our little Crow Reaper and making our way to the next soul that we gotta reap. But yes, I need sleep. Sleep is important. Because tomorrow's Friday. Just gotta get through tomorrow. We can do it. We can do it, friends. It's almost the weekend. We got this. Have a good night. I'll see everybody Saturday. Good night. Goodbye.